I don't know about you, but when I hear the phrase forced march, it leaves a negative connotation with me. I was in Jerusalem a couple of years ago and I toured the Holocaust Museum. And there's one picture that will be with me forever. It took up an entire wall in this huge room. It was life-size, and it showed thousands of Jews, men, women, and children, being forced marched. I'm sure they didn't see it as that. I did from the picture because there were German soldiers on either side with weapons, making sure they stayed in line, went the right direction, and, stayed together, because we're all in this together. I think of American Indians that were forced marched west of the Mississippi. That's where that phrase Trail of Tears comes from. That was dealing specifically with the Cherokee tribe. They ended up in Oklahoma, but how many thousands and thousands of people died because of this forced march? And you know what they were being told? They were given money even and told, you're headed out to a better life. I want to give you a quote from a current sitting senator in the United States Congress. If this does not shock your soul, if this does not wake you up from your slumber, you are dead. We just haven't buried you yet. This is Senator John Hickenlooper from Colorado. This quote is in reference to the Inflation Reduction Act after it passed. And he's talking about that climate change policy part of that act, which was hundreds of billions of dollars, all kinds of control the government's going to have over your life. Here's what he said about that. Quote, "This is the first step on climate and not the end. It's the beginning of a long, forced march that we're going to have to all work on." End quote. Are you awake to that? Does that not just ransack every emotion in your soul? It sure does for me. Now, listen. To be nice to Senator Hickenlooper, I'm sure when he used this phrase forced march, he was not talking about the Nazis or the Indians. He was just thinking, well, we're all in this together, and climate change policy is going to make everybody's life better. If he believes that, he is maybe the biggest stooge on the planet. No, I take that back. We are for letting this crap go on. Listen, I am not going to be a part of a forced march for climate change policy. Besides the fact, just like the Indians, this will lead us to near genocide. This will not make a single person's life better. I promise you. We have to stop it. This should wake you up. Gavin Newsom in California, just announced that they're going to take away manufacturers' right and consumers' right to buy the cars they want. He's going to tell them what car they're going to buy. This is just the start, my friends. And if you need a definition of fascism, there you go. We have to stand up and stop climate change policy. And by the way, I always say this, I totally respect and accept climate change science. And guess what? I will adapt. Climate change policy is cruel, it's awful, and we have to stop it.